Yeah, but I'll give you a quick rundown anyway of who's going to be playing who. Mellisan for Fnatic, of course, first of all, will be playing Taric, Cyanide on Rammus, Lamia on Misfortune, xPeke or El Friendo on Karthus, Shushei on Rumble, and yeah, me with Jax, like it makes a difference. Malya on Irelia, Ozaft on Janna, Candy who has Ashe, and Kevin who has Twisted Fate, and then finally Zylor with Warwick. So that's who's playing who, and we're in. Good.
Kevin wasn't loaded there. That was for certain. Is this going to
go? Oh, he wasn't?
Again? Oh, he's moved. There we go.
On the double.
Maybe I had lag. Oh, do you know what? I was actually joining lane then. I was off. I'm mid.
Get it going.
Right, I'm going to buy items and build towards that Baron's Banshee's Veil already. So we're seeing, from our point of view, obviously we have no spec mode. It is a bug, but will be fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully within the week, actually, a new client. So we're hearing. But looks like they are going towards the Golem, our own Golem. So it'd be interesting to see whether Fnatic are going to be up for it. From a European perspective, we've not seen many level 1 fights. And really, Games is very, very squishy team. So I'll be surprised if they want to engage too much. Not with a Rammus and a Taric there. Here comes Fnatic. We've got a good view of them there. The clairvoyance going down from both teams. So Rumble went charging in there with the flames on. Ashe is just to the side, actually. Just to the river. Looks like he's covering it. So Jumpsy, Janna, Ashe will be bottom. Twisted Fate will be mid. And at the moment, they've completely backed off. I think Irelia may actually go up towards Lizard buff, maybe. Or start up the top towards Golems rather than the blue, which is... Yeah, it looks like he's going to go towards top Golems. So that's what's happening this side.
Yeah, right now, but Fnatic have obviously started to separate off to the lanes. They're going to have Taric and Misfortune playing bottom, Karthus in mid, no surprise. And, of course, Rammus to be jungling, and that'll leave Rumble on top on his own with his flame-spitting annoyance that he is. And actually, the clairvoyance going down there, and they'll have spotted, I guess, Sushi and Cyanide. They could probably see xPeke there as well, who's just come up with Karthus to offer maybe that little bit more support if and when they should need it.
Yep, so Warwick's began on the race. Aurelia's, like I said, gone up to top. I said Golems, but I did mean he was going up towards the top, as in he wasn't taking any part in the fight. Karthus v Twisted Fate in mid then. That's what was exactly as we expected, really, in the lane phase. Looks like he's going off down the bottom already, though. They're on Ashe already. Trying to put as much damage on. Taric was the one that's going to obviously caught the stun on him. I think he was trying to hold out for a... I didn't know whether he was trying to hold out for the 100% or whether he actually did it. He's obviously just shot a minion, so he's just back to last hitting, so he's obviously already used that. Meanwhile, at top, Rumble's returned to lane now with Irelia. So Rumble Irelia, we're going to be interested to see how that plays out. Item-wise, well, you can see pretty much boots for Karthus, Rumble, Twisted Fate, all gone boots and health pots. Yeah, regrowth pendant on Irelia at the start with the health pot. And a clairvoyance, obviously, with Janna and clairvoyance on Taric. But both have also picked up identical builds, Fairy Charm, Sight Ward, and Health Pot. Ashe starting with a Doran's Shield, interestingly, not a Doran's Blade, which Misfortune's gone. So not such an aggressive start from Candy there, who is playing Ashe. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. Just going to be last hitting as much as possible. That's really all they want to be doing in this phase. First Bloods, they can sometimes come with the early ganks. Obviously, Rammus is the ganker and Warwick the ganker for Gamed. At the moment, Rumble's pushed the top lane quite heavily, in fact. Aurelia's back onto Taric. So that's going to prevent his CS a little bit. He's going to try and get in there and get the last hits, which he will. And Fnatic have pushed pretty much all lanes, Joe.
Yeah, it's a really aggressive start from them. I mean, like you said, Candy's decision to go with Doran's Shield rather than Blade, first of all, probably affecting that bottom lane just that little bit more, playing it safe, no risky from there. But we can see a middle, Karthus is all the way pushed it once again. Minions already starting to get into tower range. Same thing up on top as Rumble just holding out really, really nicely there against Irelia. And as you mentioned, I don't think I've seen a Rumble against an Irelia solo on that top lane actually ever, so that could be something to really look out for. Clairvoyance was just dropped down the middle, and we see a ward actually for Gamed inside of that top bush on the bottom lane, but actually Fnatic ping it so they know it's there, and well, they're not going to be trying to be sneaky from that place obviously anymore.
Yeah, so Warwick started, like I said, Wraiths, went, I believe, Golems and Lizard. Now he's come around to the Wolves and going towards the blue Golem buff. in just a moment, which he could.
We could see gank at top. No, Cyanide actually just powerballing up there, but he only made it as far as the bush before his powerball ran out. But he's still there. He's not made a decision yet.
And he's waiting for
pop
the cooldown,
powerball again. Yeah, he's popped powerball again. He's going to go moving in there. We are going to see Irelia getting that slight stun onto her, but she's got so much health. There's nothing that Rammus is going to be able to do. But obviously, trying to zone her out of range there of those minions, which is, in that solo lane, going to make all the difference if they can pull it off.
Yeah, and Irelia are actually covering off there. So because the Rammus was at the top there, Irelia's gone to cover off and take the jungle, take the golem jungle down.
Oh, bottom. Taric's in trouble, actually. He's managed to flash out there, keeping himself alive with 100 HP. Oh, that was very, very close, actually.
Yeah, they pushed the lane a lot as well, and Twisted Fate was actually coming down there as well. I was watching him going down river, so I guess he was waiting to see if Taric was going to run up river and escape. But like I say, Irelia went towards golems to just basically cover off Rammus, so make sure Rammus didn't steal the jungle. So if anyone's going to steal the jungle from Warwick, it's going to be me on our own team. Clairvoyant's going down on towards blue, didn't see anything. They're trying to get a glimpse of Rammus. Don't know where he is at the moment. Irelia pushing on towards Rumble at the top at the moment, getting all hot and heavy with the warning. He's trying to get overheated. There's Ignite gone on to Irelia. Irelia very low health. I think he's going to survive. No, the Karthus ult is going to finish him off. That's going to be first blood going to PK, and I didn't bother even clicking a skill, as immediately the AFK warning comes up as soon as I think of it. So first blood goes to PK and the deadly Karthus global ulti.
Yeah, probably the most annoying ulti in the entire game, I'd say. But I mean, we saw actually in last week's game some real great synergy between the Karthus and everyone else there. We saw some great timed attacks using that Karthus ulti. Down on the bottom lane, Mellisan, of course, with Taric, who had to run away and go back home a little bit earlier on, is now back, and he's got Regrowth Pendant, Fairy Charm, and I guess he picked up that ward from a little bit earlier on. There is a ward down from Fnatic just outside of Dragon, just obviously so they can see if Warwick comes out and maybe into that lower bush or whatever. Middle still fairly even here. Peak just going to take the last two minions in that wave. Up top, we actually saw Rumble go home, and he's already got the Hextech Revolver as well, so nice little start for Rumble.
Yeah, just got a glimpse of Taric going up river. Rammus was around river as well somewhere, so I wasn't sure whether he was trying to have a look at Twisted Fate in mid. He's about 2/3 health, so he's pretty comfortable. Back on tower, Irelia again with Rumble. Rumble getting aggressive, and it often is the case. Once you lose that first initial battle, you can be in all sorts of trouble, and he's diving onto him. Luckily managed to use the exhaust, so someone a spell wasted there, or more, I won't say wasted, used to save his life, if anything, trying to catch Shushei on the tower. So Rumble seems to have the better of Irelia up top at the moment, which is obviously going to be the important part, getting that farm, etc. But Irelia, as soon as he hits 6, which is pretty much about to do, he will obviously be able to get all that lifesteal back. So Twisted Fate gone missing in mid. Can't see Karthus either. Warwick has gone for a gank up top though at the moment onto Shushei. He's going to back away. Really, Irelia can't do anything to help. I think they're just trying to pull him from lane actually. But remember, Karthus is missed. Does go for the lifesteal. He's going to back away. They're drawing him towards him. I think the fact that mid and Rammus are both missing is why they didn't go so aggressive. So I didn't really know if anyone was there, Joe.
Yeah, there was no one there, actually. Shushei had a ward in the bush, so he knew that Warwick was there anyway. So I guess he just wanted to play that little bit more aggressive. Once again, pushing Irelia right back onto the tower. And Rammus is just going about his normal jungle pattern, just keeping in the routine right now, just in blue. We've got xPeke just coming in there. I guess we'll take the blue buff so he can get that extra buff in the middle while he's playing solo. But so far, Shushei on this top lane, he's doing a great job, I have to say.
He's doing a great job as Rumble. Like I said, once you get that initial kill, and look at him, he's level 8 versus a level 5. He's got such a massive advantage.
Oh, bottom, we've got some trouble. Lamia's going to go down, actually. We saw the ulti coming out from Twisted Fate. Mellisan could be in trouble as well. There's the ulti from Janna. Stun coming out from Twisted Fate, and it's 2 kills in quick succession on that bottom lane. And now top's going crazy as well, and Shushei's going to have to try and escape this one. Can he get himself away? Yes, he can. And, well, that gank not quite going to plan, but gamed already getting 2 at bottom. And look at Shushei going straight back in there. Not sure if that's the best thing he's ever done in his life, in all fairness. Yeah. But there we go.
Yeah, so PK picks up the kill as well. So 3-2, but like you say, it was good gank attempt down the bottom, and it completely got both of them out of it. Rumble's Rammus, sorry, has had to go down and cover off the lane. So I think it was Twisted Fate that got both kills. Yes, so Twisted Fate getting fed a little bit there. That's gonna, yeah, he had picked up the Sheen. I expected that. So yeah, whether he's just about to go back and buy again, I'm not too sure. But again, like I say, Irelia, I'm not too sure why Rumble went back in there on Irelia. Whether he was just being very confident. He knew that, you know, Warwick was there. All he's got to do is just lifesteal it back and say thanks. Irelia's obviously got that dash ability. Warwick had used his ulti, so he knew he wasn't going to get stunned, but I think he maybe underestimated Irelia, because he'd said, I'm getting an AFK warning. I've been pressing my spells, for God's sake. I've been pressing everything.
Me too. I really think you have to move.
It just doesn't like me. I've been buying and everything as well, so I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to get kicked on the next morning, so I'm going to have to make sure to keep moving. PK's been pushing really quite impressively in the mid, down the bottom though at the moment. Oh, the clairvoyance had gone down. They nearly caught Ashe out there. Janna had come round, I think, River to try and cover him off. But like I say, at the top, he's got a 2-level advantage still, Sushi, despite going down. He's got that Hex deck and the Sorcerer's Boots now, so he still has that advantage. I'm going to have to keep moving around. Meanwhile, I think Warwick's a little bit wary, because I think Rammus has got to be nearby. They're pinging wildly into the jungle, their own jungle, so I'm guessing he's around there somewhere.
He's going top actually right now. Cyanide moving in, trying to catch Irelia, and he's going to get in there with the Powerball. Ulti is coming out from Irelia. There goes the ulti from both Rumble and Rammus, and Twisted Fate has made his presence felt as well. There goes the Ashe arrow. Oh, and it was so close. Rumble still, I mean, these two are not safe, Twisted Fate and Irelia. I mean, Shushi's going to back away from that. Rammus was very low, and not really much that he could do, I guess, in that situation.
Gone.
Yep, there goes mid tower.
Yeah, so Warwick couldn't hold off PK, so while that they may not have got any kills at the top there, they certainly managed to pull the distraction away. Twisted Fate had to port up there, dangerously ported in as well. That was one of those moments when you port in as Twisted Fate and you go, oh no, are they going to die before I get there? And then you end up getting in there and get completely owned. But Warwick just caught a glimpse. I think Karthus went in towards the blue golem there, and Ashe is also there. Warwick's going to go and have a look now. The clairvoyance didn't know he's gone, so in which case he's gone. Looks like they may even dive onto Osaft on Janna. Which is why
that's the plan, I think. Yeah, we've got Karthus already starting to come in there. He's going to get his slow barrier down. Warwick is around. Peaky's going to continue to put the pressure on. Flash away from Janna. That will keep her alive. But this tower now, what do we have? Not many minions to support them, so probably can't do anything too serious onto it.
Yeah. So meanwhile at the top, still that 2-level advantage as he got that Hex deck early on. And Irelia not been able to build anything really too tanky or anything. CS, let's have a quick look at it. Meanwhile, down the bottom, they are going to get PK. Surely is going to go down. Yes, he will do. So Ashe picks up the kill. They caught him in the bush there. He's going to pop his ulti off. I don't think it's going to do anything to anyone. They're all fully stacked on their health. It will do me, obviously, because I forgot to press the spell shield. But I've got 600 health. I'm all right. It's all good. I can survive that sort of abuse. Like I say, CS-wise, obviously Janna's going to be the lowest, but Irelia only got 39 CS compared to Rumble's 88. That is a massive monumental difference. Obviously, he had that one gank early on, but really, double the CS is such a huge advantage from just the solo laner. And he has done a fantastic job, which is obviously why he's got the double lane advantage as well. He's just been there longer, frankly. CS-wise, down the bottom, well, the mid, sorry, Twisted Fate versus Karthus. Again, that's a good 30 CS difference, which is pretty big. I mean, already a Rod of Ages on Karthus, as well as those Mercury Treads. Meanwhile, Twisted Fate's he's trying his best to build up. I'm not too sure what he's going to go for. He's got a Sheen, he's blasting wards, he's got the boots. Hasn't really completed anything up too much yet. Whether he was going to go Trinity or what he's going to change to. I wouldn't have thought so on him. Meanwhile, Warwick, like I say, has obviously been jungling, but he's not been having any luck. I mean, despite the fact all the lanes have been pushed, he's not been able to really get in. They're just commenting the fact that I'm severely built up Banshee's Veil. Yeah, I am slowly building it. I've got the catalyst. It's all good. I'm getting there. So, meanwhile, down the bottom, stun goes on to Ashe there, but the Janna Whirlwind's just going to go through. Tornado, whatever you want to call it. Everyone always says, oh my god, a whirlwind tornado, pretty much the same thing, it has to be said. It's the same meaning. Karthus giving a little poke towards the top there onto Malya. Well, you're going to have to back away. Like I said, he's just not been able to get any CS down the bottom, though. They have managed to cat down Sushi. Sushi, really, this is the one they're going to take down. They're going to try and put as much damage onto Taric as possible. Don't think they're going to be able to dive. Misfortune comes back. It's going to surely pop the ulti if they get any little bit closer. They're trying to put a bit of damage down. PK does go down up top there and missing all the action here. And it was Warwick that actually came in to survive and didn't go for the ulti either. I don't know whether I don't think he'd have had it up. He just used it a moment ago. They're trying their best to take this bottom turret down, though. They're going to put a lot of pressure on it. They've still got the 3-stack in there. There's obviously the bonus of the fact that having Ashe and TF does manage to get those wild cards nicely through Lamia there. So at the moment, they have that 6-2 advantage game. You've got to remember that. They may have lost that mid turret, but they do have the kill advantage. Unfortunately, it's not really been the CS advantage. So despite the fact they've got the kill advantage, the CS has kind of counterbalanced it quite badly here. And they're just taking out the ward. So Oracle on Janna, so they're just going to take out the ward on Dragon. So expect to see Dragon kills very soon. If not, I'm surprised actually they haven't gone for one already, Joe.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, it's, you know, most people around level 10. I'd have thought so as well. At least, you know, one by now. And there we go, Clairvoyance in middle. And Shushi's actually pushing in behind Ashe. And he's going to have to back away. But yeah, again, just to recap that bottom kill, it was once again the great portal in from Twisted Fate.
Yeah, Ashe,
picking up all
they've
those
actually
kills
got a ward there. Sorry, that's why they could see Shushei. Ashe had already started backing out because Taric chased him. Then Shushei came around and she was like, "Hey, I'm off." But this bottom turret, I think he's going to start getting pushed here. Taric, we can see going up to wins. They are going for Dragon here, and they've got full vision of them. They've just put that ward down. Oracle on Taric, was it there? I didn't see who they put a vision ward down. That's what the problem is. The arrow goes through, gets missed. Warwick is going to ulti onto Taric, and Twisted Fate also ports in there. Taric is going to go down. Powerball coming in from Rammus, so he may well catch Irelia. Irelia's probably the worst one to go for. Karthus ulti does go off, doesn't catch anyone. Janna manages to pop the ulti. Misfortune coming around the back side. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. They need to try and get on there. Sushi's going to force Ashe away. Janna comes around, and Misfortune does finally go down, but managed to take down Janna in the process. Warwick's going to push on towards Rammus. They're not going to be able to tower dive. They're too low. Needs to be really careful of Sushi coming back around the side there. PK does pick up that kill. There comes PK around the side there. He's surely going to pick up another 2 kills. He could get a triple kill here. He's going to get 1. Oh, Sushi goes down to Twisted Fate. He should never have gone back in. Karthus had that completely covered. And, well, that's a double kill for PK. But actually, it was a triple kill because I think he got one just before he got in there as well. So he's going to push on towards the tower. Warwick's going to try and force him away with much lifesteal. But I think they came out pretty even there. It could have gone very badly wrong. PK coming in the back kind of helps. It's kind of that nasty assassin you get at the end. But yeah, Warwick's going to struggle to hold this tower against PK. Expect the whole of game will come back down lane. Yes, they are. Ashe and Janna returning to lane. And probably the same for Fnatic as well, I guess. But they're going to push on this lane quite heavy. You may get it.
Yeah, Warwick's gone. Janna's coming in already, but PK is not really worried at this point. In comes an ice arrow from Ashe, and they could maybe try and challenge. I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean, PK's just got right now a lot of control over this area. I mean, the tower's very low. Next time this next minion wave comes in, I think we could see this bottom tower falling here. Taric is there with them. Rumble's coming up behind. Rammus is coming up behind. And to be fair, Peak's a little bit cautious of getting in too close to that one, and out goes Rammus. Rammus is going to... No, he's not going to go for it. I was going to say that would have been a bit of a risky move, but they've downed that bottom tower, and, you know, the score obviously coming to 9-6. And I have to say, Deman, just to add to that last big fight that we saw, Janna really kept gamed in that one. If Janna's ulti hadn't have gone off, I think she saved 2 of them after that ulti there from Karthus. It would have been over a lot quicker, that fight.
Yeah, and you can remember the whole fight was for Dragon, which they still haven't got, which is why they've come in for. They just took half the health. They've got full vision of it. They did Clairvoyance on it at the moment. Oh, Misfortune's in a little bit of trouble here. Twisted Fate chasing on him. Not going to be able to land the wild card in. He's going to back out. I think they just picked up Dragon, didn't they? Oh, Irelia's going to get taken down here. Warwick's going to do ulti in. It's all kicking off again right mid. Karthus goes down incredibly quickly. Don't think he'll have his ulti up just yet. I'm not too sure. He just used it not too long ago. He does have the ulti up. Don't think he'll get anyone with it, but I think a Twisted Fate will go down. Ashe puts the arrow through. A little bit too late. Oh, Rammus is very low in there. They don't want to go for Rammus. So perfect. Worst one to go for. Oh, Warwick's just gone in. Oh, Warwick's
what are they doing?
Going to back out. I don't know. Irelia dived in. I'm not too sure what they're doing. I think it's a case of they saw low health. What are you doing, Warwick? Oh, he's just been stunned. Taric. Oh, but the rest of the team wasn't awake. And now he's ported back. He's going to try and get Rumble. You're not going to be able to get him. Flashed in. Someone has spell wasted there. I'm almost certain of it by Warwick. He flashed in to try and get the kill onto Sushi. But, oh, it's just... craziness. He's going to go through. He does manage to get the bloodthirst, the bloodlust, sorry, to see them, but they're not going to be able to get him. They can't tower dive him. Taric's right there. Twisted Fate is going to come in, though. Is he going to come around the side? He has gone straight on the tower. Tower dive extreme now. Needs to be careful he doesn't get stunned on the turret. Rammus is going to powerball in there. And I think it's going to be actually Taric they're going to go for. I think they're maybe trying to bait Taric out. You can see Twisted Fate. He keeps trying to bait him down. Needs to be a little bit wary because Rammus' ulti was proc there. So Karthus returns the lane. Wow, going off crazily here. They did pick up the dragon there, I believe, Fnatic, in amongst all that fighting. But good God, they didn't know when to back off.
A bit of a mental fight, actually, that one. I mean, in my eyes at least, I mean, I'm definitely not at the level of these guys, that's for sure. But some of the, pushes back in there, I mean, we saw Ashe go very, very aggressively, went straight down. Then all of a sudden, Irelia turned around and went in there 1v3. And I don't know, it just looked like some maybe kills thrown away, in my opinion. Up top, this could get a little bit interesting. We've got Ashe pushing in there, and Rumble's fairly far behind. Okay, Tower's full HP, but I think Ashe is going to be able to get a nice amount of damage on, especially considering there are no minions there either, to, try and subdue the minion wave. Here comes Rumble, and he's going to push straight through and try and get Ashe. No, he's going to be quite fine with just getting rid of the minion line. But he's going to take positions up in the bush, so they have to be a little bit careful about that one. In terms of towers, it's still really nice for Fnatic. Obviously, they're only 2 kills behind. They got that last dragon. Next dragon is coming up in roughly 3.5 minutes. 24:15 is the time on the dragon. And Ashe, again, is... Oh, this is risky. Oh, she's actually put the Hawk shot into the wrong bush. Here we go. We see Warwick come in. Now Rumble's the one in trouble, and Rumble will go down. Ulti comes out from Karthus. Ashe will fall to that one. Not sure if it was exactly the best exchange there, but they are going to go diving in onto Ozaf, who will fall in quickly. And again, look how fast Irelia's gone in. Twisted Fate with no health ports into the middle of the fight as well. And that's another one of those decisions I'm not sure about. Karthus is, not going to get away. Flash came out. They need to get out of range of Karthus. Probably would be a good idea. And yeah, Rammus is going to try and powerball away. Of course, Taric does have that stun, which he can probably use to slow one of these pushes down, but I think he's going to fall in as well. Slight heal coming off, and they've caught up with him, and it will be Malya, who of course is playing Irelia, to pick that one up. And well, again, just lots going on. Bottom lane is being pushed aggressive by Lamia on Misfortune, and I'm not sure if there's anyone going to be able to come in. Okay, there's Ashe, who will actually use Ghost there to get a little bit more pace, and I think she could have Misfortune here, in all fairness. There's a flash out, but Ashe has got a flash as well. Obviously, Ice Arrow is going to slow her. Nicely done by Misfortune, but I think Ashe can still maybe make this one. There's no one coming in to support Lamia. There goes the Ice Arrow! Oh, and it's a great dodge from Lamia. Flash from Janna. Lamia's gone back, but surely he's going to go down. Yes, he will. But still, Lamia, he did well to stay alive for so long, in my opinion. But still, not quite able to hold on. Great game so far, Deman, it has to be said.
There's a lot of action, but my God, there's not much teamwork going on. It's like a game with 1,200 healers. I think someone said 1,500. I think they're being kind. It's like 1,200. They're just not putting any thought into it. It's 1v1 chasing all around the map. They're not just thinking, let's gather up and let's take a time here. I think the winner at the moment is going to be xPeke, because he's just built up so much. And CS-wise, he's already into 200s. Misfortune already 173 as well. Rumble 123, and miles ahead in CS compared to games at the moment. 148 for Twisted Fate, 104 for Ashe, and nobody else anywhere near 100 at the moment. So a long way ahead Fnatic are in terms of farm. Oh dear, Osaf, Janna has disconnected. She's actually down in the bottom lane, so it'll be a bit rude if they do go for the kill there. Mellisan is coming around. I don't think he's going to go for it, though.
He knew she was there, actually. They said in chat, Janna, DC, and Mellisan just walked away from her, so yeah, it's always nice to see that, rather than, just going in and getting the kill.
Personally, in a solo game, you'd go straight for it. Twisted Fate is porting in. He's going in towards middle. That's going to be Rumble going down. And this is the advantage that Twisted Fate does have when he's not lane pushing, because they've not really had much chance to push a lane. They haven't even took a tower down yet. So all 3 outer turrets down. That's a combined, 450 gold or something like that. They've got a dragon as well. So quite a large gold advantage by Fnatic, despite being down 4 kills. They have quite a lot of team gold. However, we do have games with a full team stack in mid, as I move just to make sure I don't get dropped quickly. But I don't think they're going to be able to deal with it, because the fact is Karthus has got to be, what, 370 AP already, so heavy AP stacked. He can wipe out a minion wave on his own very quickly, so they're not going to have too much problems. They have to really win a fight. So Dragon, I think, has just respawned, which looks like they're going to go for it. Remember, Twisted Fate, oh, very careful there. Warwick has been caught by Karthus. He's going to get a little ping on him, but nothing too bad. But nearly walking straight into the bush there. Clairvoyance just happened to go down as they were walking into the bush, which is why they saw the entire Fnatic team. That could have been very costly if Janna hadn't just used that Clairvoyance there. So they are stacking up around Dragon. They can see that they're going in for it, so we're going to get the fight on Dragon. Rumble's just come back in there now. You can see the ward going down. Janna with Oracle up needs to be careful. They are going to maybe try and steal it here. They can see the wildcard splashing through. Ashe arrow does go in. It's going to be surely to Taric they're going to go for first. Warwick has ulted in. I can't see who on. It is on Cyanide, and Ashe Irelia goes down incredibly quickly there. This is all going to go very badly wrong for game. Incredibly quick. Janna does go down. That's 2 kills already. Warwick was on the start to the off. He has escaped. Ashe is going to get caught out here. Twisted Fate's going to try and back away, but Ashe is going to go down, and he's so quick, so quick. They have such a much better stun build, really, with the tankiness as well. And a little bit crazy, I think, there. Warwick and Irelia were the ones that dashed in on him. I think they were trying to get the steal. I didn't see really what it was, but they went in on full hit points. And I think they seemed to catch Ashe and Twisted Fate completely off guard, because neither of them were in there. They were just like, what are you doing? So we may see, I mean, there's no text arguments, this thing, but obviously these guys are all on comms. But a little bit crazy, that one. So 16-15, and that is 2 dragons now. The one slight kill advantage for game, really, from lane phase more than anything. 2 dragons for Fnatic and 3 outer turrets, and pretty much dominant now, I believe.
Yeah, and Fnatic have got a nice vision of the map. They've got a ward up by blue. They stole that last blue. I think Karthus took it. Yeah, Karthus took that last blue. So, you know, for the 5 minutes or so until that one's coming up, we've got right now Rammus, who's just built his Sunfire cape. And obviously that will assist him a little bit with getting that extra bit of damage. And Karthus has just portaled away from that top. Not going to just hang around for too long. I want to see what he's actually building now. Okay, Will of the Ancients already got his death cap as well. And he's using the potions as well, just to give him that little bit of extra AP. I mean, they can definitely afford it with, you know, the fact that they're taking seemingly every dragon that's coming up. Yeah, Lamia just saying no tenacity this patch. This is pre-tenacity patch.
So Clairvoyance going down up top. Just got a glimpse of Taric on blue. Twisted Fate is actually around that blue. Needs to back away. I don't know whether there's a ward there. Karthus certainly seems to be moving like he knows he's there. So they are backing away. A well-timed arrow maybe would have took him out there, but they have Taric, Rumble and Misfortune. Here we go around the side there. So like as you were saying, just briefly did the builds Infinity Edge on Misfortune. Also gone for the Quicksilver Sash, which is a great little clearance, almost like a cleanse in itself, as a cheap item really as well. Taric pretty much building usual stuff. Rammus got some Fire Cape in there, not really built too many tanky items, just trying to get the gold obviously up. He was the jungler. And Wit's End on Irelia, so trying to starve that mana along with the Phage. Possibly going to go towards the Trinity, I would have guessed, on Irelia. And Ashe got the Infedge as well, so Ashe and Misfortune pretty even. They're going to go for this tower here, and I don't think there's too much they can do to stop it, because Fnatic seem to have the better team makeup. They have quite a lot of CC in there, a lot of stuns, and obviously with PK fed quite heavily. Look at that, I mean, they've just stripped off nearly 2,000 hit points off that. Twisted Fate did go down bottom, he took that bottom turret, but really that's only an outer one, whereas nearly 2,000 hit points stripped off an inner one in comparison. So Twisted Fate using that ulti to finally... Actually, he didn't use his ulti. I lied. He didn't use his ulti to get down. He must have just ran down and pushed. They've backed away. I was going to say this. I can see one gone top, one gone bottom. So there is 3 on 5 going to be in mid shortly. So Fnatic need to be a little bit wary they don't get dived. Taric's certainly going to be a target as he keeps coming out a little bit further. And PK's built up quite a lot of hit points there. 2,200. The arrow does go in just like pull away. The Deman is going. Twisted Fate is going to use that ulti. I'm going to go straight for PK. PK surely the target. Yes, he will be. But Twisted Fate's going to go down. He's on turret. Got taunted completely on his stun on there, like I said. Oh, and that's going to be a 1-2 kill. Surely 1-2. He doesn't quite get the triple kill. I think actually, yeah, PK did get the triple kill. I lied. There goes the 4th. Ashe is the last man standing. Wow, that just backfired horribly on them. I don't know why Twisted Fate used his ulti onto the turret. I mean, they've got 3 stuns there. Well, 2 stuns. They've got a taunt and they've got Taric stun. They're going to go for Baron here, surely.
Yeah, and Deman, I don't know what was happening there with your microphone. It literally was like you were... Not, it wasn't lag, I don't think. It sounded more like you were just recording a new Daft Punk album.
Nice.
But it stopped exactly the second that the fight stopped, so hopefully that's just a one-time thing. But yeah, as you mentioned, they're doing Baron, and there goes the flash out from Rammus, like, hello Ashe, nice to see you. And obviously this Baron now is going to be a freebie. The rest of games are up, obviously, except Ashe, who just died. And Baron is going to finish off as, woohoo, I hit level 2.
Yeah, you getting the experience off the Baron there. So, well, what are they going to do about this? I mean, they've only took one turret. They've got Twisted for Fate. 36-40 is the next Baron. But frankly, are they going to make it to it? Because they've just been solo playing. I'm a little surprised by it, really. I've got to be honest. And the main issue seems to be the fact they don't really have a strong tank. That's got to be the main problem. They don't really have anyone tanky enough to go in there, take the hits. Shushei is disconnected or internet problem, so that's
yeah.
Are they going to push while this happens, or are they just going to farm? I don't know. Janna obviously had the disconnect as well. He's got 500 milliseconds, so I'm not too sure what they're going to do. Not like we're going to push, yeah. So, exactly, that's what I was just thinking. They're not really going to go for it. They can still probably take them 4v5 as it is now. So who is it that's gone? Shushei. So Sushei's
he's back now.
It's Rumble, so he's back anyway. So go Baron. Oh wait. Yeah. So Fnatic complete control of the map, like you said. Nobody hit 18 yet, apart from Karthus, I don't think. So on 13 minutes. So Karthus, like I say, he's well fed. 580 AP, massive feeding. So I don't really know what game they're going to be able to do to pull out of this one, other than just try and sit on a tower and pray that Fnatic make a mistake. I can just see Twisted Fate's going to back away, because you can see Karthus coming up river. And unfortunately for Fnatic, if he's, I don't know whether he's back or sorted out or what he's doing at the moment, obviously they have Baron buffs, so they want to make use of it and try and finish the game off with it, Jeff.
Yeah, it's quite an unfortunate timing out of all the times when you just get Baron. I guess he's going to come back into the game just as Baron finishes or something. But yeah, the guys in the Fnatic team just wrote in team chat, for God's sake, man, tell your sister to stop downloading porn again. Standard. But yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, I think, for Fnatic. Shushei is moving, but obviously that doesn't really tell you anything. Maybe he's got like 5 seconds of lag, so you just don't really know what it is. Shushei just said, I think it may not be her. And then he says, it's not my internet. Awesome. Wondering why his internet lags. Because it's not actually his.
He's stealing it. Wi-Fi style.
Awesome.
So, yeah, 32 minutes in, and obviously Fnatic took the lead with the kills in that fight there. It was kind of all went badly wrong for Game as they tried to attack in the turret. So I don't think we're going to see them attacking a turret for a while. They really need to just sit back and defend. Obviously, they're against the team that's got Baron here, so, I mean, they're trying to get as much CS as possible. Frankly, they are... Yeah, they're actually saying that. They're catching up. Twisted Fate's up to nearly just hit 200. 159 for Ashe, 120 from Warwick, 134. So they're kind of caught up a little bit. 289 for Karthus, Miles, and Misfortune, 241. But Rumble, I mean, Rumble's actually been caught up by Irelia now. Bearing in mind, they were in the same lane. Rumble had 88 when Irelia only had 40, so he had double it. Shushei has dropped this time, so now this is why they're not pushing, because they are 4v5. And ooh, Twisted Fate just ported away up top there with the PK. I think he was covering him off, so can't find the reason why he's disconnected. So, you know what? This lag's actually going to pull Game into this, because they're just going to farm. And that's all they're doing. They're just farming. They need to be careful they don't get caught. Yep. Candy's backing away down bottom. But this is going to pull them into it, because they're just getting CS, and they're just collecting the gold up, building up the builds. And really, the whole thing, the main part of LoL, the advantage you get, other than having a great team build, is to get ahead in the kills, get ahead in the farm, which is what gives you that massive advantage. This is actually punishing Fnatic just for that one disconnect, because the whole of Game are catching up in that farm, and ultimately when all heroes are built to their full, which they will get to as we keep ticking on like this, they'll start getting their end builds, really it's down to team composition and skill. Now, they're pretty even in skill. There's a lot more damage in game, but they can't use it because they're going to get caught on Dragon. So they're coming straight down for it. They are going for Dragon there. I think they may... No, they won't. Fnatic are going to steal that with the smite. Oh, the arrow goes through. It's going to catch onto Karthus. Karthus is certainly going to be the target. They're going to come around the side. Their Twisted Fate does come down. He does go down. He's going to actually use he used his hourglass, actually saved him for a little bit there. Meanwhile, Ashe is going to get taken down. That Karthus ulti is not going to take me out. I'm going to make sure I protect it. I've got a Banshee's Veil. It's all good. It did take down Ashe, though. And Warwick is going to get away. I tell you, they were unlucky there, but that was 4v5, remember, I think. Shushei wasn't there, was he? I'm pretty sure.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he's going to catch him. Warwick just does get away. The red buff, I think, the red finally killed him off. The lizard buff did finish him off. Twisted Fate's going to come around the side. He does have that Brilliance Potion on. Tosses the wild card through. Doesn't really catch anyone. I think that mid turret is going to go down. They managed to get the Dragon, like I said, with Smite, I think it was, of Cyanide Smite. So really, I think it was 4 deaths there. 4 for 1, I think it was. Karthus was the only one that died, and obviously used that hourglass, which was quite cleverly done. Obviously, all the game blew their abilities onto him, trying to hit him, and then bang, pops the hourglass, and it really can frustrate you, especially when it's on a Karthus, who can then ulti straight after you do kill him. So, again, Fnatic, despite being 4v5, came out on top quite convincingly.
Yeah, but as you mentioned before, I'm not sure how long that's going to really last for them. We've got quite a lot of them going back now. We're going to see Banshee's Veil being built onto Rammus. Pretty standard stuff. What? Don't let you.
Oh no, I was AFK. I thought I'd been disconnected. I thought you've got to be kidding. I've been moving for so long.
He's going to get one of us at some point today, I'm sure. I just hope it's not me. We have Irelia right now in that middle area, just clearing out with the ulti. And xPeke asking, can someone else log in the account of Shushei? Magic fingers. I guess that's an admin thing. And to be fair, judging by Fnatic's, recent form in terms of logging in with other accounts, I wouldn't risk it. Oh, nice. That was a nice little flash out from Peak there to get away from that Ashe arrow. And Mellisan came around with Taric, and it could have been a little bit dangerous for him. But as you can see, we do have an Oracle on Janna, and she's just clearing out every little bit of vision pretty much that Fnatic had. They've got one just in the South River and one over by the blue buff as well, over on the game side. And yeah, ESL admin decide, says Ozaft. Good call, Ozaft.
Yeah, I can see the IRC channel has talking in it. I can't see it because I'm not in it, but I can see someone's talking in it, so they must be sorting out with the admin as they go, so fair play to them. I don't know what they're on about, but well, anyway, meanwhile, in the game, like I said, they are slowly farming up, but frankly, the kill-wise is starting to heavily tip in favour. Baron has spawned, they do have a ward on it. I think Fnatic, I don't know whether they're going to go for it. I mean, they are 4v5. Twisted Fate's surely going to take this top turret down. He will. So another 8 turret finally goes down. Obviously, this is what... they're 4v5. And granted, they're trying not to push as much as possible, but they want to farm. They do. At the end of the day, they are in a game. It's not their fault that the guy's disconnected. I really don't know how this plays out. I mean, previous games, it's a case of, well, tough. You're 40 minutes into a game. If it was the first 5 minutes, it'd be a restart. But when you're 40 minutes into a game, it's kind of harsh, and especially when Fnatic were clearly winning. It's this can actually turn the favour of the game. But as it is at the moment, the 4 players are fed enough that they should be able to hold on. But the less they push, Twisted Fate's getting more farm on. You can see Twisted Fate and Ashe, they're both in top and bottom lane, and they are just farming, while they try to keep them busy in mid. So, I don't know, Sushei's apparently logging in, yeah, so that's all right.
The hunt begins.
Yeah, I mean, that could really be a horrible thing for Fnatic to have to go through, considering they were doing so well, and going pear-shaped at this stage. I mean, don't forget, this is a monthly final. This €500 game, this best of 3. So it's not just a tiny amount of money. It's actually, in terms of League of Legends for an online game, I'd say probably a very good amount of money. So, you know, this is one that Fnatic is certainly not going to want to be throwing away. But now that Shushei is actually logging in, then that's somewhat better. He's not actually back into the game yet, but hopefully his internet's going to hold up.
So Twisted Fate just rewarded River. Apparently our Skype's having fun, so we'll reconnect that after the game. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it mid-game. Clairvoyance goes down perfectly there, catches all of Fnatic out. I think he just went and put a ward there, Oracle, on Taric, so he's going to clear that out. And again, he goes to top, gets some free farm. It's what they're doing, what they've been doing the whole time, and you can see the CS difference. Is obviously Misfortune and Karthus are 300 plus. I mean, people are they're at end builds. I mean, let's have a look at end builds while we are waiting for things to balance us out. Obviously, Zonya's Hourglass and Rod of Ages. Rabadon's Death Cap. I mean, you've got the ultimate build on Karthus. He's got to have probably 500 plus AP now, nearly, somewhere around there.
606.
Oh, blimey. So that ulti really is going to do a lot of damage. Here goes Sushi. He's reconnecting now. So Twisted Fate has, like I said, he's warded River up. He's got 2 more wards on him. He's actually got 356 AP. He's got that Lich Bane, Rabadon's Death Cap. He could probably do getting an Hourglass of his own. He's got Sorcerer's Boots. So... you know, and fair play to game. They've been farming, but they haven't been pushing. They could have pushed. They could have stacked up 4v5. So they're blaming the Polish internet of Sushi. So again, but I mean, they haven't pushed, but they've been farming. So I don't know. So Fnatic look like they're going to be readying themselves for a Baron, Joe.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, and hopefully it goes a little bit better than last time, aka Shushei not disconnecting for half an hour. But they've actually come away from it. They've stuck a ward down here and there in that river, and actually they may just catch out Warwick. Obviously, he did have the Banshee's Veil to stop the first attack, but look at Peak just diving in there, not scared whatsoever. Ulti comes out from Rumble. Zylor is going to go down. Ashe Arrow comes in from the side, but that's not going to affect Fnatic too much. And maybe just that one kill is what they were looking for before they push away and do Baron, just to scare Gamed away and just, you know, say, okay, we're going to do Baron, but you're 4 against 5, so you don't push it. Otherwise, we're going to get you easier. But yeah, Fnatic now are setting up. They are going to go straight in on this Baron. And we are seeing Gamed actually coming in from the side, at least in some shape or form. And they are moving away slightly as we see Rammus actually darting straight through there. And Lamia needs to be a little bit careful. Rammus also taking a lot of damage, and I think he may possibly go down. There was the ulti from Irelia, and he manages to survive Rammus somehow. Kevin on Twisted Fate was still pushing. Obviously, the slow from Karthus really helping them out in that fight, but that didn't exactly go to plan for Fnatic, it has to be said.
No, it didn't, and I think it was very close, though. I mean, the fact that they both flashed. Ashe was in the bush when Rammus was about to spin into it and flashed the split second that Rammus was about to hit him, which is why he flashed as well. So some of the spells also used in there as well. Dragon is going to go to Gamed. I think that's the first one, maybe the second one they've picked up now. And they are going to surely get this mid-turret as well. No, they're going to back away. Twisted Fate thought about it. It's only on 455 hit points, so it'd probably only take about 3 cards. But I think that would have been the death of him if he'd have tried it. Apparently I'm still lagging, so I may even just try and reconnect Skype right now, Joe.
Yeah, sure. You can. We can do that one. They're doing Baron right now, so maybe we'll see someone push into that one. Fight's going to all kick off here. Then. Yeah, of course, with that Baron buff now, they're going to have that lovely health and mana regen, and we are seeing them push straight up this middle lane, and it will, of course, be 5 against 4, with Janna got a good almost 30 seconds left before she can do anything. There's no minions with them at this point, so they're going to wait for that line to start to move in. And then they're going to push straight in onto this tower. We do have Warwick there. His Banshee's Veil is giving him that protection once again. But as you can see, Fnatic with the Baron buff just pushing straight through. Not really having too much of a problem with it, as they are now going to back away. But mid lane cleared out, Deman. Yeah,
and convincingly so. So, I mean, they couldn't really deal with fat lot. Once the Baron was down, I mean, we now got 801, I think that was, AP I just saw on Karthus. Yeah. So, you know, he's doing silly amounts of damage now. He's going to start doing. Anyone without massive magic resist is going to be in trouble. And, you just look at Ashe. He's only got a single Negatron cloak. 48 magic resist is not going to do a fat lot.
Not quite enough.
No, it's not going to do anything at all. And no magic resist at all on TF either. So, these guys, I know they're meant to be AP carriers and AD carriers, but frankly, you've got to do something when the other person's stats stack. But then again, I don't think all the magic resist in the world's going to stop 800 AP blasting through it, So they're going to continue farming. They're going to do what they can and go back to what they're doing. But, it's up to Fnatic to finish the game off now. We're 44 minutes in. This is a best of 3. So we could be on a long one. It's obviously going to be another second game. It's going to see what that will be. That will come up. Obviously, you're going to have the bans and the picks again. So we could be on a little bit of a late night session here, Joe. Well, you will be, not me.
A marathon. Yeah, and I'm 1 hour ahead as well, so that's always nice. But whatever. It is LOL Mondays or something like that. I'm going to start calling it from now on. Since Monday night seems like a good slot, and obviously the EPS German slots were here as well, so why not? We're going to see Fnatic have peek at Dragon, which is not there, actually. And time for Baron, 49, so still 4 minutes to go until next Baron is up. They've still got a fair amount of time left on that buff, and they're just, right now, Fnatic trying to get a bit more map control back. We've got the Oracle on Taric, who obviously is just walking around trying to get rid of some wards, and we are going to see all 5 men pushing this bottom lane. The fresh minion line is going to come around, and obviously the gamed minion line is not going to last long, and not a single person from game even trying to come out and defend this one. They're going to try and defend on the base turret, but we'll see how that one works out. Clairvoyance... Oh, no, it wasn't Clairvoyance, actually. It was just a ward that they threw in over the top. And it looks like they're actually just going to go straight in there and do that damage onto the tower. And a bit being exchanged, and I'm getting the AFK one. I'm going to have to quickly just move and get back. Damn it. Always comes when there's somewhat of a fight coming up. But Fnatic not backing away from this one just yet.
No, Karthus got stripped to about half health. He's backed away. Taric's obviously healed him up. He's going to come back in. They're going to get this tower down. There's not a lot they can do about it. Oh, Flash coming in. That's going to be Candy going down. Ashe has been completely caught by Rammus there. Flashed on him and taunted on him. Twisted Fate's in all sorts of trouble. He flashes away, just about gets away from it. I don't think the flashes are being used left, right and centre because they're just trying to stay in the game here. The inhibitor's surely going to go down. Yes, he will do. The wildcard's going out as best they can. They're going to be able to tank the turret down here, I think. I don't think there's going to be much they're going to be able to do about it. Turret one down. Didn't quite manage to get the taunt back onto, I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Warwick. The Banshee's Veil is up. They are tanking the turret. It is actually the minions taking the turret's hit. So that's going to be the final turret down. Nexus going to be going down here, Joe. Ulti being triggered just for lols. And that is going to be well played to Fnatic. So first match goes to Fnatic. It was kind of inevitable. There was a massive delay in the actual finishing from with the 4v5 for a short period. But, well... Fnatic pretty dominant when it came to a team fight. So how will Games react to this? Will they counterban in the picks? We'll soon find out, Joe.
Yeah, obviously we're going to have a few minutes here while the teams decide exactly how they're, or probably more like Games are going to decide exactly how they're going to get back into this one. And there were still some strange moments in that one, I have to say, especially for Fnatic, of course, who they did Baron and 10 seconds, not even maybe later, Shushei disconnected. And by the time he managed to get himself back in, I'm not sure if that Baron buff had already gone, but certainly would have been much left. So maybe they would have looked to go a little bit further in that one. I guess we're going to wait, probably have kind of 5 minutes or so, while we have the teams just... doing their bans and picks, and the admin just asking if we can screenshot the final scoreboard because people like to see the items. And obviously, quite a long game there, on 47 minutes, and everyone pretty much built up to their maximum, up to their full potential, I guess you could say. So, yeah, that'd be a nice one. And Ozaf said, I'm out already, sorry. Okay. It means of the game. I thought it meant he just can't be bothered to play the second match.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's like, okay then, fair enough, whatever. But no, he just left the game so he couldn't screenshot the final scoreboard. That's fine then. But Deman, I guess we can take a 5-minute break. I think I need to get some
water in my bottle that's not 400 degrees from our sauna, aka studio. And yeah, I guess the teams will take 10 minutes anyway, 10, 15 minutes or something like that. But yeah, we shall be back very, very shortly with map number 2, and we can talk a little bit more about map number 1 when we get there as well. So let me find my music, and then we can kick it off. See you soon.